Yo, what is up, Exiles? In this video, I'm going to be trying something a little bit differently, and rather than a full-blown guide, this is basically a build showcase, and this is a variant to the Elemental Storm Frostfire Fusillade build that I posted a few weeks ago, the full guide. Now, that build is on Sorceress Ascended into Stormweaver, and this is essentially a variant of that build played through Monk Invoker. And so these are builds that are going to feel sort of similar in their gameplay, but they have some very distinct differences, and we sort of have different focuses for each, where the Sorceress build is going to be much more focused on the Elemental Storm mechanic and crits associated with the Ascendancy, whereas this Monk variant is going to be much more focused on meta energy and spirit and utilizing meta gems and the auto casting ability of cast on. And this was mainly inspired by how powerful the cast on minion death has been feeling on my Stormweaver Sorceress. And I was also already building all the way down into the Monk side of the tree anyways on my Sorceress, so I basically decided to roll a Monk, take it from the other direction and go Monk into Sorceress, but then work up into all the meta energy nodes at the top right, and eventually be getting the meta energy node in the Invoker Ascendancy tree, so that we have just a crazy amount of auto casting spells happening. And I'm going to be doing a full guide on this build, just like I did with the Sorceress build for leveling, and like the whole kind of 1 through mid-60s progression. However, while I'm working on that over the next few days, I wanted to put up a video to kind of showcase the gameplay of this build, because it's literally like the most fun build I've maybe ever played in an action RPG. It's like so juicy. And so you're going to be able to find the full setup for this build at the end, and I'm also going to start making builds again in Mobalytics like I did for D4. So if you want just like a snapshot of the build, you can use that Mobalytics link, and that is the one I'm going to continue updating as I continue progressing the build into endgame. And I'll be making a similar build link on Mobalytics for the Stormweaver Sorceress, and these two builds sort of in tandem are what I'm going to push deep into endgame with. So I'm planning on playing these two builds for like the next few weeks at least, really trying to push their potential into endgame and modify stuff from there, and I will continue to be updating these build links as I work through that process. And along with that, I'm going to be trying something new for this channel, but also something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And that's essentially live streaming some of my progress. Like, I sort of operate in the dark too much, where no one really knows what I'm doing until I put the idea out there. And sometimes that like takes too long. So I really want to start getting more ideas out there more often. And kind of the main way I'm going to be able to do that is through like live streaming some chunk of my gameplay. So starting tomorrow, somewhere around noon Pacific time, I'm going to be streaming for some chunk of time, probably shooting for like 4 or 5 hours. And I'm going to be doing endgame maps, like my first chunk of endgame maps on this Monk build. So if the build looks interesting to you, or if you have any questions or just want to kind of see it in action live, you should be able to find me live on this channel, but I'm also going to try multi-streaming to Twitch. So on Twitch, you can find me at Zickerick with a 0 in the middle. So it's like Zick, 0, Rick, because I couldn't get the actual Zickerick. But yeah, so with that, I hope you enjoy the gameplay footage and find the build as cool as I have. You can check out the full setup at the end. Make sure to save the build links on Mobalytics if you want to stay up to date on what I'm changing. And looking forward to catching some of you guys on the live stream. And yeah, that's it. Happy blasting. Peace.
Atzoatl has finally come for me.
This ends now. Sacrifice is the only path to survival. The best laid plan. Pathetic. I can't give up. I must save my people.
You know why we're here! It happened! It cannot be stopped!
No, I will succeed.
Burn to ash, demon of Atzoatl! Do you truly think you can match me?
Nothing will stand in my way. Fatal ambition. This is not over yet. Full power. No! Do not fail me. Not now. How could this happen? All I've done. All that I sacrificed.
Your people cannot be saved. History is already written. You can stay here and die, or come with us and help save the future.
The legacy of the Val must be protected. I do know of a way to contain the beast.
Best you start talking then.
Arms
My
for
friend
the
here isn't
monastery.
exactly the peacemaking type.